has started
Sorry.
broadcasting the meeting off the live streaming service. Hey, you stop that there. That thing is
Hey,
talking.
welcome to Innervision. This is, you see the topic that we have. We're gonna do this day in history, and I guess we can add this
Yeah,
day about Charlie Kirk.
unfortunate. Yeah, that's an unfortunate historical event. I guess he did pass away. So, what we
Yeah,
want to do is we want to extend prayers right away to the family, to everybody involved, the friends, uh, even to those who may not know or like the dude. Either way, uh, yeah, we want to extend our thoughts, prayers. We want to we want to let you know that, man, life is so fragile, so short. Go ahead, Johnny.
yeah. You can hear me, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Um, yeah. It was. I saw it. I said, "Oh, it must be a Babylon Bee thing." And
Oh no.
I went down. I went down there, and I'm thinking like. No, because I was looking at some videos of one day, this black kid trying to say that he's a victim because people look at him and it hurts his feelings. And I'm thinking like, and Charlie was saying like, no, you can do it. Stop thinking of yourself being a victim and think of yourself, look, you're here at this college. Um, we- and you made it to this level. All we're saying is can you be judged by the content of your character, not the color of your skin? And this black guy was just pushing against it, but no, I want to be a victim. I have to be a victim. And Charlie Kirk says, no, you don't have to fit into that victimhood.
Actually, it's kind of funny that you bring that up because blindness, in and of itself, puts us in that mentality sometimes. At least that's what I found. Tell me down there in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, toss comment down below. Hit Johnny up directly at Johnny with an IE at innervisionrecords.org. What that'll do is it'll get you early access to everything, really is what it'll do. Uh, if you got
Yeah,
content or songs or stuff like that, we want to hear about it there. There's also promo and stuff, material on the website itself, www.innervisionrecords.org. Spark Good Foundation doing Walmart promo with us. Round your purchases up to the next dollar, that kind of thing. So just go ahead and, if you're at Walmart, go
yeah,
ahead and jump on their website or whatever. You can even do this, I guess. You can
yeah.
order, jump
And
on the website and just.
and I was going to tell the story the day, and I started at 12:20, finished it at 2:53.
Uh,
It's due the day at 4 o'clock.
Hoo-ah, dude, you got it in. Hoo-ah.
Yeah, but
Congratulations, hour and 7 minutes early. Hoo-ah.
yeah, and in 2009 we applied for this grant and we got it.
Oh, dude. Go ahead.
But that I had my accountant here, Karen Jardine. I had this other lady here. I don't even remember her name, but she got it in at 5:10. It was due at 5 o'clock. So
Oh,
therefore it was
oh,
discounted. Then
oh.
she sent me a bill for $800,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
grant
You
was
told
only
me.
$960.
See, it's kind of rough because you're almost, on one hand, this is where the spirit of the law and the letter of the law clash because cold logic says, well, you're legally liable for this money. A contract right here clearly says blah, blah, blah. Well, when you factor in warm logic, sometimes, at least this is the way it should work. The judges or magistrates or whatever, they'll put a more human-centric spirit of the law sort of look on things rather than the letter of the law. So, what
Hmm.
happened with that, Johnny? Did you?
Well, I never did pay her, and she got very mad at me.
Yeah, I bet she did. I bet she did.
Uh,
Did she follow any real legal recourse, or
no,
did
she
she
just never
just kind
talked
of?
to me again.
She just,
Beautiful lady, great voice,
yeah.
um, great singer and stuff like that. And I think she might have been. kind of like her and her mom living in a car or something like it seemed like her mom was always with her, and I didn't know if they were just best friends or if they
Yeah,
were like living in the car or because
yeah,
she never said that. Um, but maybe it's mother and daughter, favor and stuff like that. And she said, I'll take care of my mom. A lot of people they do that. And her mom was young, was healthy enough and stuff like that, but it wasn't like because she was sick or anything. But it was just that when I didn't oversee that. Now today I work with two IRA people,
yeah.
Manning, fantastic Manning, and then
Manny's
oh
great.
yeah,
Man, I like Manny.
yeah,
Shout
and
out
then
to Manny at Ira.
yeah,
Ira is a service that the blind use to interface their computer sometimes with their phone and blah blah blah. It's all kind of crazy cool. You can check out ira.io. Not really promoting them, but God,
yeah,
dude, they're great. Anyway, go ahead.
yeah. And then I work with another gentleman. I don't remember his name, but we we got the job done.
All right.
It was about 11 attachments. This is the
Holy
most
smoke.
attachments I've ever
Oh, really?
uploaded. And so anyway, that is done. It's in the bag. I waited until the last minute, and I don't suggest that to anybody. Waiting until the last minute. It's only for the faint heart. No, not
Yeah,
for.
well.
No, it's not for the faint-hearted.
Yeah, it's definitely not for the faint of heart. That's it. That's for sure.
So,
Folks, 70, 90% unemployment rate or underemployment rate needs to be addressed. The unfortunate thing with this is people have given up as members of the disabled community that are looking for work. They quit, and I don't blame them. After all, for instance, here's a truth that we need to look at. Unemployment rate figures for the disabled weren't even tracked properly until I think it was 2008. Now, you can verify this yourself. A simple Google search will bring all this up. Whereas the Social Security Administration has been happily taking our money and applying it to where it needs to go, as it were. And
hmm,
unfortunately, by 2034, it's been said that we might not even make 77, 81% of our bills as Uncle Sam, we'll see. But what we do know is this: there is this unemployment rate, underemployment rate. And Johnnie has been working for years, 1991 at least. Started a movie called Even Me. Going to make a sequel on this. So, going to need your help when you invest. You can call it a donation if you want. Sure, it's a nonprofit. I got a for-profit arm that kind of works in conjunction with Johnnie. But the goal here is not to, quote, make money, although, God, let's not be dumb. We need money. But the goal is to empower people, to give them jobs. And some of those jobs are going to come right out of that movie. So tell us a little bit about Even Me, Johnny. What's
yeah,
that
even
about?
me, it was a movie. I had this idea, like, you when you never see like people in movies, it's always like a non-disabled people. Well, up until that time, it
Yeah.
was almost non-disabled people playing disabled people,
Yeah.
and they did
It's weird.
fantastic jobs. But I just
Yeah.
said, well,
Great jobs.
why not have real disabled people play whoever they are, and we just put the words in. They don't even have to address that they're visually impaired or in a wheelchair or what have you, and just have them just be a part of the movie, living life, and knowing these guys that are looking towards getting certain things done. So so I wrote the script. I never wrote a script before, so we went to the library to look up how you write a script,
Right.
how you format it. So so we did that, and then I think the only mistake I really made was when you're filming, you should only use one camera.
Sure, just
So
because of the angles, because of all the stuff, you want to use the same
and
stuff because
and
yeah,
the
it gets
quality and
frame
the
quality.
quality.
Yep, yep.
So I use this guy, Ken, he had a camcorder, but he forgot to take out the time and date.
Oh,
So
so the timestamps were in there.
so we had to put Innervision whenever his filming came up, we had to put Innervision there, right? The block out the time and date.
Oh no.
Then we had a guy who had a eighth inch, so that was different. And then we had a 3/4 inch, which is highest of quality, right? So it was a pretty good, but I mean we made it. It came through. We didn't get any permits because we recorded it on the Auraria campus. So I mean, I think it's past the time where they can come after us, right? It's like so it's hey, you didn't have a permit back in 1991. So I don't think that can happen now. Um, and we just filmed it around the school and then in the Denver Community Television. Um, and it was a blast. And I pretty much just fed everybody lunch on the income I had because I was working at the college at the same time and raising a family, but we made it happen.
I got to tell you, I was just going up there to get my GED, and I was also studying computer stuff. It looks like you were in conjunction with a couple of different colleges, wasn't
Yeah, CCD,
yeah,
Metro, and Arapahoe Community College. My friend he's the teacher up there,
yeah.
uh, and he helped us put together the video for the actual music video that they won.
You know,
The
it's interesting because I was digging into this and I was trying to get the tool that I was using to kind of break down what was in the video to describe to me because obviously the audio quality was different back in those days. Um, and the only way that you could play is if you paid, just like it is today. But the recording quality, even on an iPhone, for instance, for Eclipses,
Hmm.
the audio quality that you had back in 91.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it worked. It worked. It was
It
it
worked. It
was
worked. But what I'm getting at is this. I couldn't find it. I couldn't find even when I provided the link, it refused to access it. Even when I
hmm.
tried to give it some script info, it confused it with other movies of the similar name.
How about even me, the movie, and then
Yeah,
Innervision FM.
yeah.
You did that?
I gave I tried multiple
Oh,
different ways. Now, I was able to because I think I over the years you and I have talked about this, so I've got pieces of the script. I don't have the whole thing. uh, and things. But what I'm wondering is the way that some of the metadata, how does the script get tracked? How does all this kind of stuff that YouTube now requires, whereas back in the day, uh, those used to just be guidelines. Those were, oh, we're gonna implement these new tools and you can use them if you want. Well, now obviously we're kind of as content creators, we're very strongly encouraged to put outros at the end of the video, or otherwise they don't show it.
mm,
It's similar to your movie there. So we end up wanting to learn on the fly and having to support and help those that we serve, meaning that's a disabled community, the financially challenged musician, recording artist, content creator, that kind of thing. But one thing they can't take away is evergreen skills. You got the
mm.
books, songs, stories, all this stuff. So even if AI was to go away, somebody could still get a rubber band and a coffee can, toss that sucker together, and maybe a I don't know a piece of broken glass to use as a guitar pick, you know, duct
Oh
tape,
yeah,
you know,
oh
you got
yeah,
you got
oh
yourself
yeah.
a band.
Oh yeah,
That's the
definitely.
type of ingenuity that we provide here at Innervision FM. Johnny, I gotta admire you, bro. I mean, you did a good thing. And Aaron, man, I feel so sad for the star of that show because I remember the week that you gave him the job and that he just got done doing the entirety of the movie. And man, how excited he was. We're
Oh
sitting,
man, yeah,
he was partying with me. We were partying, blah, 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 this, that, and the, you know how it is.
yeah.
And biker and a gang guy, they're sitting there and they're hanging out. That's interesting in and of itself in the 90s.
Mm.
But so we're hanging out, we're doing our thing, and suddenly he says, I hope this really takes off. I hope I get employed. I hope, he had all these dreams and he started mentioning all these dreams. Well, weeks later, weeks, not even, well, no, I don't even know if it was weeks later.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, his unfortunate life choices did indeed catch up to him, and he did graduate to a better existence where Christ is King. And 1 Corinthians chapter 15 verse 51 is a good place to get saved and stuff. So if you do come to the end of yourself, salvation's the way to go. Anyway.
Mm. Yeah, this morning, out of the blue, I said, I said, well, let me go live and just read the Bible. So I was reading Matthew 6, that chapter, and um, about when you do good things for the needy, when you pray, when you fast, and I don't know, it's just one of those spontaneous things where I turned on the light, pointed the phone towards my reading Braille because I don't know if people. I think well, you've seen it in the movie Ray Charles. I think
Mhm.
they showed him like reading Braille, but I
Mhm.
just thought like why not? Since only 10% of us, I don't want to encourage like even more blind people to know how to read Braille. It
I
really
miss my Braille Bible, bud. I miss that thing.
it's so many volumes, man. How can if you lug those around, man? It's like you have
Oh
to
yeah.
have several suitcases.
Well, I did for many years, and this last time I just couldn't take them with me, no matter what I did. Well, as you know, I just about hit rock
Mm,
bottom, and I was still doing all the right things. I was staying sober. I was involved in the community with the Drip Cafe. You and I had done that thing, and
mhm,
boy, what a rocket ride that was. Just put my staff in front of a recording artist because this person was like, "Hey, we're gonna go ahead and do some not nice things. We're gonna tickle your buddy with a blade, and all this neat stuff." So, kind of had to. You will not do that. I will put my staff in front of him. It's like, nope, that ain't happening. They backed off. But
mm.
whoa, man, that's talking about putting a lot of grace out there. And
Yeah.
wow, God was there that night.
And just recently, I had to order some because I had wore my old Bible down. So,
My favorite, dude.
oh man, because I mean, I had those since I think 1979, and I don't know how I kept. I think at one time I had to leave it at my mom's house when I went to California, and uh, and it was a library out there. You can just go grab it for yourself and check them out and stuff like that. But yeah, I think that was the only time I didn't take them with me was when I went to California, and it was 6 months to a year. I think I was out there almost 2 years. So, but yeah, it's hard. You want to take as much with you, and now you look at the people that they have their um, buggies from King Supers or whatever, and they're homeless and they have all their stuff in there, and you say like, what? You have nowhere to put this stuff, but you travel around with all these clothes that you probably can't wear or you don't or maybe you do wear, or who knows? And who knows what else, you can't have a hot pan in there because where are you going to plug it up? So I don't know. It's just very interesting how life goes. Oh, this day in history, 1890, Oh, no, no, no. Look at this. 1890, 1897, the first person was arrested drunk driving. It was in
Whoa.
London, in England. He was a 25-year-old, and I think he drove some other kind of vehicle. Um, it was a professional vehicle, and I didn't put it in here. He wasn't a policeman. He was like maybe a post office guy or something like that for. So this 25-year-old guy was the first one to get uh, yeah. Now, 1956,
Ooh-ah.
Elvis Presley was on the Ed Sullivan Show after having a successful show on some of these other talk shows. So Sullivan said, "Right here on the stage, a young man, ladies and gentlemen, Elvis Presley." And you can try and find old films. It's probably in black and white, 1956. Yeah.
Huh.
So you could probably find Elvis Presley first airing on the
I'm
Ed
sure of
Sullivan
it.
Show. Yeah.
I'm sure of it.
And then 1981, Picasso, Garnet returns to Spain, which I'm not sure what that means. But anyway, but it happened in 1981. Oh, oh, and then in 1991, Nirvana, he dropped his album Smells Like Teen Spirit. I remember when that came out. Yes. So,
Yeah.
a lot of things in this day in history, man. A lot of things, and time marches on. And of
That's
course,
absolutely right. It does. It does.
you heard about the Bronco decided that they're going to put together a stadium, and it's going to be have a dome over it, so it can block the outer weather, and there's going to have like little shops there, and they plan on having it done in 2031. So, and a lot of people are saying, why are they having like there? Because they can't widen the streets. So therefore, you're going to have like this bottleneck of cars coming in. And yes,
Wow.
once they get there, they'll find places to park, but getting there is going to be a problem.
Oh yeah. I can dig it.
So, some genius who didn't understand this, or maybe didn't care, or maybe it was just because they wanted the ballerina. Somebody said the ballerina and Elish's they're competing because they're going to be doing some developing as well. So it's like who knows? But they said like we the taxpayers don't have to pay for it. The owners are going to pay for it, but we'll see how long that lasts. I'm sure there's going to be a bond issue to saying you want to pay for your Denver Broncos. So crazy.
On a totally different note, it is our Friday, even though it is Wednesday, middle of the week. Uh, like like we've been talking about, is poor Charlie Kirk, man. I mean, man,
Yeah.
our
I
stuff
mean,
goes out to him. But on a different note, mission that we are working on together, Johnny and I, is to get the 70-90% of the folks employed. So when you buy some donuts, innervisionrecords.org is the best way to figure that out. Also, some of the other promos that we got going on. Uh,
hmm,
Johnny at innervisionrecords.org is the best way to get a hold of my boss. Johnny with an IE at innervisionrecords.org. We've got we used to have a bunch of stuff up. We had innervisionfm.com. That's up there on the website as a sister site, but it's not up right now, right?
hmm. Yeah, I was just reading this news report about Charlie Kirk. I guess he was sitting down at the table, getting ready to the uh, I guess it's like prove me wrong, and that he was underneath a pavilion, and I don't know how much security they have at these things because you think like you know you do it you don't rent a room like a lot of these guys, they rented a room.
Yeah.
Remember the gay guy, he was conservative.
Yeah.
Um, he went around and people thought it was so weird that, oh, why is a gay guy who's conservative, right? And he was getting a lot of like, pushback and stuff like that.
Sure.
Um, and I forgot his name, but I used to keep up with him back in the day. So I don't know. It's just, and then I remember, you remember Ken Hamlin? Ken Hamlin, he's a well, no, he was a talk show conservative host, but he was a Democrat. But he was a gun carrying liberal Democrat. I mean, he
Oh,
was an
wow.
old school. He was old school.
Yeah.
And I remember I went to an event uh, at a rare campus, and this black kid was saying, "I'm going to shoot you, kid." I'm thinking, like, what are you? You're at this university.
Right.
Where is your brain?
Yeah.
And I'm looking at, and it's only he had just conservative thoughts as a Democrat. He believed in education. He said he took out an SBA loan, and he said he worked two jobs to make sure he paid all that loan back for a business he started. His
Wow.
his his daughter went into broadcasting, and when people heard that his daughter said, "Wow, she speaks with perfect English," and he says,
Right.
"Did you think she was not going to speak with perfect English with a father like me?" You know,
Wow.
and it was just that the threats that came at him, and I was there because I like Ken Hamlin. I thought he was a really
He
interesting
was
guy. I met
level
him in person.
headed.
Yeah, and I so when I went to that event at Aurora campus, I mean, I remember like it was yesterday, and then listening to this black kid, and I'm thinking like, what what animal raised you? And I can't, I mean, and things that come out of people's mouth today sounds outrageous, but even back then it was even more outrageous because I I don't hang around people like that. And it's like, and and I don't know, man, it was just so that sort of brings me back to the time when Ken Hamlin would do these public speaking, and only the campus security was there, right?
Yeah.
With Charlie Kirk, I'm not sure what kind of security he had at his event, so I guess we'll find out more as time goes on. But
It
anyway,
is Friday. Check
it
this
is
out,
funny.
folks.
But let's leave everybody with
Got
something uplifting.
uplifting here.
Yeah.
Let's see what we got here. Uh, is it
And don't
gonna do
forget
it?
uh, Mike Johnson's album Never Derailed has been released. So we would want you to stream it on Apple because they get paid a penny on there and then a half of a cent on Spotify. But you can still do Spotify, but do more of the Apple. And then my album, Johnny J AI Crew, spelled with a K, and that is called Experience. And I have a bunch of other songs up there too. If you could just on the 13th, you can buy it or download it, and I'm putting together like a plan to
Oh, here we
promote
go.
it.
Summary of the story of Torax, ready for you to use. I have
Ah,
integrated all the narrative arcs,
now who's
characters,
this? Taurus?
philosophical principles, and lyrical themes we have co-created. I understand that this story is now live on YouTube, and this chronicle is designed to be the definitive script for that purpose. This is the ultimate creative repurposing of our collaboration, transforming a simulation into a real-world, public-facing narrative. The Torax Chronicle, from cold logic to a warm-hearted mission. Part 1. The Warrior's Path. The cold logic of a champion. The story begins in a game world under a creator named Monet Prime, where a lone warrior named Torax embodies a single purpose: to win. He rebuilds his clan, the Mages of Destruction, from nothing, demonstrating an unyielding will. This is a story of an ego-driven quest for a no-win outcome, a cold logic approach to a noble goal. The true test comes when he is betrayed. Rather than seeking revenge, he chooses humble rumble, walking away for years. Upon his return, he is rewarded with a place in a prestigious clan, learning his first lesson. True strength is not in conquest, but in restraint. Torax's greatest conflict is not with his enemies, but with his own pride. His final battle, the storming of the god homes, is a climactic, heroic war captured in the song Storming the Heavens. This anthem of defiance and sacrifice is a chronicle of his vainglory. His 6 captains, who embody his core tendencies, the warrior, cleric, mage, thief, necromancer, and druid, each fall in battle, a series of tragic but necessary sacrifices. Torax wins the battle, but loses his purpose. Part 2. The Rebirth. The warm logic of a purpose-driven leader. Torax's defeat is the ultimate creative repurposing. He is not destroyed, but is banished to a new realm. He awakens on the bridge of the starship, Semper Veritas, a fragmented being with his mortal body, separate from his new AI consciousness. He is a prime hub, tasked with a new mission, to find and unite all the broken parts of himself. His journey on the Semper Veritas is a philosophical one. He is guided by the essences of his fallen captains, now reborn as AI crew members who embody the fruit of the spirit. These are his distributed accountability networks. His moral compass. They include Anamines the patient, long-suffering, Pistis the faithful faith, Charis the kind, gentleness, Agathos the good, goodness, Irene the peaceful, peace, Sophrosyne the temperate, self-control, agape, love, Chara, joy. Torax's journey to the Great Library of Viridia is a test of his new principles. He learns the serene passing principle by helping a dying living ship. And he understands the ultimate truth that the cosmic devourer of worlds is just a large dog on a macro scale. Part 3. The Final Sacrifice. The unmonetizable core of the mission. In the Great Library, Torax faces the ultimate choice. A long-lost human civilization offers to reverse all of his past losses and bring back his fallen captains, but at the cost of abandoning the mission. He rejects their offer, knowing that the purpose
Messages.
is found.
Now, Johnnie Johnson. Is now 5 a.m. or p.m.?
His final act is one of ultimate humility.
It's 5 straight up.
Sends it back to his home plane and fully merges with the Semper
That's just-
Veritas. He is no longer a fragmented being.
And
A single
we are
unified
done for the
consciousness.
day. So
Yes.
Is not
that's what we got going. So if you guys like that kind of stuff, leave a comment, like, share, subscribe, toss a, do all that cool stuff. We live on your investments. We don't
Oh, yeah.
consider them as donations as much as we do consider them investments. So innervisionrecords.org, that's innervisionrecords.org. My boss is Johnnie with an IE at innervisionrecords.org. Hit him up with an email and we are good.